I woke up this morning and I was like, I meditated and I went for a short walk and I was like, I need to record today. I need to do all these things. And I just started to feel anxious. And so I grabbed these 1 pound weights and I rolled out my yoga mat for 20 minutes. I literally set a timer and it completely shifted my energy just to take some big, deep inhales and exhales and to just move my body up and down the mat. So that is what we are going to do together today. That is exactly what this flow is what I did this morning to literally shift my energy to a new state. So you will need 1 pound weights. So use the ones that are around your wrists. Doesn't really matter. You don't have to use weights at all. It's really just that you roll out your mat and you're here with me right now. So we are going to start in a comfortable seat. So come up to a nice tall spine, draw the belly in and tuck the chin just slightly. Elbows come in towards the sides and gently close your eyes. And since this is a Monday morning for me, it could be the morning where you're at, it could be the evening, it doesn't really matter. But to practice shifting the energy today, we're going to draw the belly in and up, and then let it expand out on your inhale. And then as you exhale, open your mouth and take a big sigh out. So big, deep breaths with me today. Breathe in. And breathe out. On your breaths in, belly expands, and then start to contract your core, contract your muscles, maybe even in your elbows, your pelvic floor. Drop your shoulders down away from the ears and tense up your entire body. Hold for 3, 2, 1, exhale. Really push all of the air out. We're just resetting with these big breaths in and out. Inhale. And exhale. Eyes stay closed, really connect with your body here. Breathe in. And exhale, big breath out. Big breath in. Chest is pulled forward and big breath out. One more, inhale. Really puff up that chest, pull those shoulder blades back and hold for 3, 2, giant exhale out. Continue to breathe deep here. Just a few more breaths on your own, setting an intention for your day. Releasing perfectionism. And knowing that you showed up today anyways, and I'm so proud of you, and you should be so proud of yourself already. Start to open your eyes. Take your hands down onto the mat. We're gonna hop right to it. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up, and take your first downward facing dog. Start to press the heels down one at a time onto the ground, moving those hips back and forth. Go ahead and shake the head yes and no, and just move the hips side to side, pressing the chest towards the thighs and just working your way into this downward facing dog. Downward facing dog is a resting pose, and although it doesn't always feel like that, you'll eventually get to this place where you get here and you're opening up through those calves, you're opening up through the shoulders, and it just feels so good on your body. So take a few more breaths here, really work yourself into your down dog. Start to stretch where you're tight. And then as you exhale, you're releasing any tension that you're holding in the body. From here, we're gonna lift the right leg straight up towards the sky and point that ankle and press that left heel down to the ground. And then just start to bend and straighten out the knee, maybe circle out the hips. Maybe move the ankle around. And then just set the right foot down, moving to the other side. Left leg reaches up high. Press that chest towards the right thigh.
point that ankle and just start to bend and flex the knee, circle out the hip while pressing the right ankle down to the ground. Again, getting out of the head and into the body. Come back into your downward facing dog and start to walk your feet up to the top of the mat, coming into a forward fold. You can grab opposite elbows here and just let the head hang down. You can grab onto the backs of the ankles and pull the chest towards the thighs. But go ahead and let the head hang heavy. Let your cheeks puff up. And then take a big bend at both knees and rise all the way up to stand, reaching both arms up and overhead, leaning back. And then exhale, take your hands to your heart, close your eyes. Connect back to that intention. Pull the shoulder blades back, feel grounded in your feet. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Running through some sun salutations. We really want to stay connected with our breath here. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift on the breath in. Exhale, plant the hands, step or hop the feet back to a high plank. Keep your core engaged, and on your giant breath out, shift forward on the toes. Keep the elbows tucked in and lower halfway down for chaturanga. Drop to your belly, rise up, big breath in for cobra or up dog. But drop the shoulders away from the ears, hold it here for just a moment and just move those hips to the left and to the right, but keep drawing that belly up and in so your core is engaged. And then tuck the toes, take a big breath out, downward facing dog. Again, connecting back to the body, releasing perfectionism and really just letting go of any stress that you're holding on to. Take a big bend at both knees, and as you exhale, step or hop up to the top of the mat where you will bend at the knees and rise all the way up. Breathe it in. Big exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift on the inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, step or hop the feet back to your high plank and lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale as you rise up for cobra or upward facing dog. Giant exhale to your downward facing dog. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Big bend at both knees. Maybe you step the feet forward just slightly. And then as you breathe out, find your forward fold at the top of the mat. Bend at the knees and then rise up to stand. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Plant the hands down. As you exhale, take a giant hop to the back of the mat and keep that core engaged as you lower halfway. Breathe it in. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Big breath out, downward facing dog. And let's just take a moment to ground here. Breathe in. Let it go. Exhale. Right leg rises straight up towards the ceiling. Ankle stays flexed. As you exhale, knee to nose, come into your plank pose. And then inhale, the foot goes back up. Exhale, knee to nose. Really stay connected to that breath. Breathe in. Exhale, contract and hold for 3, 2. Look between your thumbs, step that right foot between your hands. And come up to a crescent lunge. So the belly's drawn in. Reach up towards the ceiling and just stay present with your body. Engage your shoulders. It's so cool that we have so much control over our body, so engage those muscles. And then reach forward slightly, keep the bend at the knee. The right knee, grab those weights. Come back up to that lunge. So arms are up, stay here. We're gonna take the arms out to a goal post, and then we're gonna draw the elbows in towards one another. Fingers stay loose. Inhale as you open, exhale, contract. Inhale, open, exhale, contract. Give me 10 more.
9, staying strong in those legs and that core. 8, squeeze those shoulder blades as you open and pull the elbows in. For 7, 6, 5, 4. Each breath in and out, you're shifting that energy. Give me 3 more. 3, 2, 1. We're taking the left heel down, take the arms out, warrior 2, and then just pulse the arms up and down. Very small movements here. Look over that right middle finger, take a big smile, and squeeze those shoulder blades and pulse up and down for 10. Bend at that right knee. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten out that right leg. Take a lunge to the back of the mat. Arms reach up so the left knee is bent this time. The right leg is straight. Look up towards the ceiling. Draw that belly in. Right hand is going to come down. Left hand reaches up. So we're coming into a lunge twist here. What are words? Whenever I stumble, I used to get so self-conscious, and now I'm just like, I don't know, English is hard. And then we're gonna take the left arm down on the inside of the foot and then open it back up. Inhale as you come down, exhale, bring it up. We're gonna go for 10 more. Really squeeze that left shoulder as you come up. I love using weights in yoga. It can be kind of controversial to make it too, quote, exercisey, but like when I contract my muscles and I feel really strong in my body and connected, there really just isn't a better feeling, and I just get that a little bit more when I use weights. So keep going with me here. Give me 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Really squeezing that shoulder as you go up, and you're following the weight with your gaze. So you're moving the head with it. So drop the right knee down, give those legs a break, and then release the weights for just a moment. Bend at the right knee and reach back with that left hand. Draw your heel in towards the bottom and just find a gentle stretch on that back quadricep. So you're stretching through the front quad. Maybe turn your head up, take some deep breaths, close the eyes. If you have trouble with that bind, just bend the knee and just reach back and start to feel a stretch through the right hip flexor and an opening up through the chest. 1 more breath with me here. And then slowly take both hands down. Take the right knee up off of the mat. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Squeeze the thighs. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale for cobra or up dog. Maybe shift those hips back and forth. Again, this is your practice, so just move in a way that feels good to you. Take a big breath out, downward facing dog. Heels are pressing down, belly is drawing up and in. Chest is pressing towards the thighs. We're gonna move to the other side. So left leg rises, and then as you exhale, draw the knee into the chest, come into your high plank. Big breath in, foot goes up. Exhale, knee to nose, nice and controlled. Big breath in. Exhale and hold for 3, 2, 1. Step the left foot between the thumbs. Grab the weights before you rise this time. Arms come up. So the left knee's at 90 degrees. Right leg is straight. We're gonna take the arms out to that goal post and bring it in and out. So squeeze the shoulder blades as you pull those elbows apart, and the elbows stay at the level of your shoulders. So moving in and out. Core is engaged just like you'd be in a plank. Give me 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then open up, warrior 2. Pulsing those arms up and down. Just little flutters, nothing big. Gaze is over that left middle finger. Core is engaged. Give me 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten out the left leg, turn to back to the front of the mat, come into that lunge position. Arms are up. And then the left arm is going to come down. This time you can make a fist with that hand, or you can just drop the weight and place that hand down. Wiggle that right foot out just slightly. Right hand comes down. It stays with the weight in hand. Contract up and open up to a twist, and then lower it back down. Squeezing the shoulder as you bring that arm up and following the weight with your gaze. We're gonna do about 12 more here. Again, try to keep that left heel lifted, stay strong in that left leg. All these little muscles that we're working, I used to absolutely kill myself running miles on miles and lifting these heavy weights, and I had knee pain and low back pain and every sort of pain, mental pain, because it just wasn't intuitive. It wasn't feeling good. And this is what is my jam. Low impact, lightweight, and I promise you it shows the most results for those long, lean lines in your body, for that core, for your flexibility and mobility, which is what's most important to me as a physical therapist. Give me 2 more. I lost count, and that's okay. 1, drop both the weights down, take both hands down, and then drop the left knee down this time, untuck the toes, reach back with that right hand for that left heel, and just find a gentle stretch on the front part of the quad. Again, you don't have to grab onto the foot. You can just reach back and just find a gentle bend in that knee. Feel the shift in your energy already. Deep breaths here. This is a really big muscle to stretch. We just have a few more things and we will be done. Slowly release that foot. Take the left knee up off of the mat and then come up to the top of the mat. Come back into a forward fold. Let the head drop down. So we want to keep the core engaged. Grab onto both of those weights. Come all the way up to stand. And you can come to the center of your mat. We're going to take just a micro bend at the knees. So we're not really coming like all the way down into chair pose, but just a micro bend at the knees. So draw the belly up and in. We're going to take the arms out, just like we did in that lunge position. We're going to go out and in, out, in. Again, working those muscle groups in the back. Try to stay connected with the breath. Just moving, squeezing through the shoulders, keeping those elbows up high. Stay connected, big smiles. This is it. We're gonna finish with some strong arms. Think about the mental work that you're doing. I know that when I start, then I'm good. I think that's a lot of people. They just need to like get to the gym, or they just need to get moving, and then typically that movement just starts to snowball. You start to contract your muscles and feel good. And it releases all those like happy hormones, dopamine, serotonin. It's so good for our gut as well. I don't think people talk about digestion and exercise enough. Like, you will get better digestion if you just move your body. Give me 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up to standing, straighten out those legs and just pulse, come to center, pulse up and down, pulsing up and down. Feeling the burn again. So slight bend in the knees, or you can straighten out the legs. We just want to keep that core engaged. Gaze is forward. Give me 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep those elbows lifted. Straighten out the arms and then bring it back in. Just 10 here. 10, 9. Nice strong arms. 7, 6, 5, 4. Your body is going to thank you later. 3, 2, 1. Drop those arms down. Roll the shoulders back and down. Whew. We're going to come all the way to a seat. Keep those weights in hand. And just take a gentle twist. Left arm is going to come behind you. Take the right hand on the outside of the left knee and just twist. Keep the weights in the hand. Come up to center. Both arms reach up. And then exhale, twist to the right. Almost there, guys. Come up to center. Take those arms out one more time. Find your bottom to the center of the mat and then extend those legs straight out. There is so much dog hair on my leggings, and that's okay. This is real life. Take some deep breaths. I am so out of breath. Squeeze your thighs and kind of plie your feet so the toes are going out, core is engaged, and as slow as you possibly can, you're gonna roll onto that sacrum, nice and controlled. Maybe lift the feet if you need more of a challenge, and then work your way all the way down onto your back. Reach the arms overhead. And we're almost there. Last ab exercise. We're gonna lift the feet up towards the ceiling. Arms are gonna stay overhead. Right leg comes down. And then we're gonna take the weights and we're gonna go over off the left side of the mat. So the left side of the leg, both arms come up, right foot is floating above the mat, left leg is up. We're trying to stay as straight as we can in those knees. Inhale as you lower down, and then exhale, come up. We're gonna do 10 on each side. So we're here at 8, 7. Really contract that core as you rise up, nice, slow and controlled movements. Give me 5. 4, connecting back to those big breaths that you took at the beginning of the class. 2, 1, draw the knees into the chest. Other side. So this time the right leg is going to come up, left leg comes down. Go ahead and take the arms overhead. So I have both weights kind of like clasped. And then exhale, come up off the right side of the mat. So squeeze through the right oblique here. Try to keep both ankles pointed. I don't think I did that on the last time. Inhale as you come down with the arms and back onto the ground. Exhale, come up. Give me 8, 7, almost there, final push. 6, 5, feeling so strong in that core and those arms. 4, last 3, 2, and then 1. Drop both knees into the chest, rock side to side. Take some deep breaths. If you're like me and you didn't want to show up today, be so proud that you did. And last bit of core here, arms go overhead. We always want to do a little bit more core. Extend those legs straight out to hover just above the mat. So a nice long line, and you can bring your chin up and use your triceps to support your head, but the gaze is up towards the ceiling. And then draw the knees into the chest and wrap your arms around your knees. Inhale, extend out, and then exhale, contract for 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold for 3, Nice long line with the body. 2, 1. Feet rest down. Arms rest down by the side. Coming into a Shavasana for just a few moments. Shoulders are away from the ears. The breath is big, but it's really slow. We're coming into a calmer nervous system here and just feeling the energy buzzing in our hands and our feet, our arms, our core, our legs. There really is a high vibration that you can feel when people walk into the room and they're magnetic. And it starts with taking care of ourselves, with moving our body, feeling strong, and that energy does vibrate in your body at a higher frequency. You start to glow a little bit more when you've taken care of yourself. So continue to breathe deep and just let your arms and your legs feel heavy here. Completely shifting the energy, showing up for yourself even when it's not perfect or you didn't necessarily want to, but that repeated self-care, that daily practice of showing up, you've done it. So really breathe in that shift in energy, that high vibration, and breathe in your intention. Feel this state of showing up as the human that you are. But showing up in this peaceful state, this centered state. And just go ahead and take 5 more slow inhales and exhales with me. Breathe in, belly rises, and exhale. Letting go of any tension that you're holding on to. Breathe in, exhale. Last 3 on your own here. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Kind of spread the fingers wide and make some fists and circle out your ankles and your wrists. Reaching the arms overhead, stretching from the hands to the feet. And draw your knees into your chest. And rock side to side. And take 3 rolls up and down your mat until you find a comfortable seated position. Sit in a seated meditation position. Just take your hands to your knees, roll the shoulders back and down, and start to circle out your neck, drop your head back. Take the ears to the shoulders. Set up with that nice, tall, confident posture. Core is engaged in a way different than it was before. Hands come to heart center here. Know that you can carry this intention, this high vibration, this energy shift. You can carry all of that into whatever comes your way. No matter how stressful, no matter how anxious the outside world can be, you can always come back to yourself. So go ahead and open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you have an amazing, magnetic rest of your day. Namaste. Whew.